Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bold Wellness. I'm Sarah Hodges. So, this week, we're exploring the collateral damage of the coronavirus with a special focus on the impact COVID-19 is having on patients with other unrelated illnesses and diseases. Starting with our first guest, Dr. Renee Dua, Chief Medical Officer of HEAL, a company focused on telemedicine that has been on the front lines of the current pandemic. Welcome, Dr. Renee Dua.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, Renee, can you give us a breakdown of just some of the most common coronavirus symptoms?
I've been reading a lot about this because there are people who have coronavirus and they don't even know it. So there are those amongst us that are completely asymptomatic. And then separately, what I'm reading a lot about is a pretty intense headache, sore throat. There's a very popular symptom of losing taste and smell, which I think is
Wow.
very interesting. And in fact, one of the folks I work with, she tested positive and had those exact symptoms. The other one I'm reading a lot about are high fevers and body aches. These body aches, they make you feel like the wind has been knocked out of you. You can't get out of bed. So when you are sick, if you are sick, it can range from having no symptoms to horrendous symptoms.
Wow. So, I know that most people with mild symptoms are told not to go to the hospital or doctor's offices to get checked out. Can you tell us how telemedicine works and how it can be an alternative?
Yes, absolutely. And so 85% of people that are infected with COVID go on to get better. And there are those 15% that we have to worry about. The idea behind telemedicine is brilliant because it's a wonderful way to access your doctor, but to do it with social distance in place. And so you want to be able to get comfort from your doctor by having her see your face, having her see how quickly you're breathing, having her kind of take a look at your overall gestalt. Are you uncomfortable? Do you look how we describe the word as toxic? Do you look sick? And when we see those kinds of things, if we are worried, then we are going to send you to the emergency room for further workup, at which point you will be tested.
Okay. So, who has access to telemedicine and where should they look?
Well, so this is a great question. Right now, the government has relieved many of the requirements put on a doctor to to have a telemedicine call. In other words, right now you can use the phone, you can use any video chat, Skype, or FaceTime on your iPhone, whatever you have access to. We at Heal have created a product that allows you to do both telemedicine and then, if your doctor thinks is necessary, to follow up with a house call. We
Oh,
also have
wow.
remote monitoring devices for our patients. So suppose we
Cool.
see that you look like we need to be worried, we might install a pulse oximeter to check your oxygenation and then follow up a week later, right? So lots of us are doing a lot of pretty intense things to keep an eye on you, even though, honestly, it's simple stuff, but it seems like we're really, very, very aggressive about keeping an eye on you. That's how we want to be, to give you comfort and frankly to give ourselves comfort.
Yeah. Well, so funny story, just last night, a friend of the family contacted their doctor with probable COVID symptoms. He had, a cough and a lot of malaise. He was really struggling throughout the weekend. But come to find out, he was actually having a heart attack.
Oh,
Um, yeah. So are you finding that people are more likely to contact you during this pandemic for other medical issues that may have gone undetected or the
it's
opposite?
such a good question. And I've been doing some awesome press interviews, and one of the things that I'm trying to highlight is, pandemic or no, there are those amongst us that have medical problems. There are those people who have diabetes and high blood pressure and mental health issues, and this is provoking a stressful response, right? We know that when you are under stress, you can have chest pain, right? We know that it can provoke anxiety-like symptoms. And so that could be what happened to this colleague or this friend. So absolutely, we are getting this opportunity to be able to talk to our patients, not just about COVID, but also to check in on how are you doing? How are you feeling? Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything we should talk about right now? I see patients every week, and one of the things I'm working on with them is not just do you have COVID, but do you remember to take your medications and get your refills, right? Let's go over the importance of not forgetting your baseline medical history. That's so important to them.
Excellent. Well, this was really helpful. Thank you so much, Dr. Renee, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thanks so much.